Hey, everybody, and welcome to Lament Tonight. We got a good one for you. Stick around and find out what Joe Cason's all about. Right now, Gary Lime and the Flea Tones take us away.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, thank you very much, Gary. It's always great to have you here.
Bob, you are a grade A asshole.
Thank you, Gary. I really appreciate when you talk nice to me like that. We're here tonight with Joe Cason. I don't know if anybody knows who Joe Cason is, but I, kind of do. I won't say that I know him personally, but Joe Cason is a rising comedy talent hailing from Detroit, believe it or not. He made it out alive, but without any equity in his home. And he's now bringing the laughs to Nashville, where, if you bought early, it's probably worth a lot of money at this point. Known for sharp one-liners and clever wordplay, his act blends self-deprecating humor, absurd observations, and stories from growing up in the Motor City. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and welcome Joe. Tell us about it.
Bob, thank you so much for having me. So good to be here.
Oh, great. And regale us here with some Motor City madness, as it were.
Oh, it was a fun city to grow up in. Everyone called me White Joe.
Okay.
The only thing was there weren't any other Joes. They could have just called me by my name. That would have been a little better, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Well, that's great. I can't. So do they call slightly? I guess there was no other Joes, so they call other people it's slightly tan Mark.
I guess they probably should have, but
or maybe vitiligo Martin.
That was actually my neighbor. So,
well, Joe, why don't you just jump right into the comedy for us and do some material?
Absolutely, I'm happy to do it for you guys. So good to be here, everybody. So I gave up porn recently.
Oh my!
Don't know what I'm gonna do for money now, but I will figure something out, I guess. But I'm just kidding. I didn't make any money. I was recently told I look like Timothy Chalamet if he was left in the dryer for too long, but not much of a market for that. But I just had a birthday. I just turned 29, which is fun. But 29 is kind of a weird age because I'm too young to own a home. And I'm too old for a P. Diddy party. But being 29 in my family is a little strange, though, because my younger siblings are a lot more successful than me. Like my younger sister is a doctor. My younger brother's an engineer. I bought a massage chair recently. It's kind of a weird purchase when you're unemployed, but it is weird being the family disappointment when your mom believes in Bigfoot. So it's kind of weird that my mom believes in Bigfoot, this mythical creature that's never been seen, but she gave up on me in 2009. I've been trying to take blurry pictures of myself and send it to her to prove to her that I am real, And my dad is 99% convinced I'm gay, which means he's only 1% wrong. I got a text from my dad last month. He's like, "Happy Pride Month. Bet you're having fun." I'm like, "Dude, you've met my girlfriend. What are you doing?" He says it so much, I'm starting to believe it. You know what I mean? But so anyway, I'm in therapy. Therapy's good. But my therapist, she thinks I'm having a midlife crisis, which is a really sad way to find out I'm apparently going to die in my 50s. I hope she's not a real doctor, But I'm actually glad I had therapy today. I'm glad I didn't get institutionalized because I have therapy every Thursday at 11:30. I showed up yesterday at 1:00 thinking it was time. And they're like, "Mr. Cason, this is not your day. You usually have your appointments Thursday at 11:30. And instead of saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm brain dead," I just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm bread." So I went into therapy, called myself bread. Was fully expecting to be institutionalized today, but glad that didn't happen. I didn't help the situation though, and my therapist is like, "Imagine your younger self is sitting right next to you." And I was like, "Oh, you see him too?" So, yeah, but I am, working on improving myself though. Like I have, like I said, I'm dating again, which is good. Which is it is good though, because my last, girlfriend ended up keying my car. I now drive a 2009, Toyota douchebag, so that's great. But yeah, it's like, I said, speaking of things, not going your way, my grandpa was in the Holocaust, and people always, when you have family in the Holocaust, people will always say, like, "Would you ever go visit their concentration camp?" And I was like, I would say, like, "Yeah, I guess," but I looked it up one day and found out this is a true story. His camp was bulldozed, and they turned it into an amusement park. So now I actually wanna go, you know, ride the Holocoaster or whatever rides they have, but, yeah, it's fun. My family's actually a Romani. There's a stereotype that Romani people are criminals and thieves, and that's kind of a sad fact. And then I found out that the only 3 Romani words to make it to the English language are shank, shiv, and narc, which is really upsetting. Yeah, so upset when I heard that fact, I decided to return, all the wallets I had recently stolen, but I'm glad my family came to America though, moved somewhere, free of crime, free of poverty. So I'm from Detroit, as you said, and Detroit is a tough city to grow up in. And I know I don't look tough, but it's because I'm not. It was dangerous actually growing up in Detroit, looking like me. I have what they call resting snitch face, so that was fun. But I get it though. I'm kind of a small guy. Like I was once asked to play a cancer patient on a TV show, and they told me I'd have to gain a couple pounds. That's great. Actually, back in Detroit, they used to call me Extra Slim Shady instead. But no, they really did call me White Joe, and I got bullied a lot in Detroit. That's because I embarrassed myself a lot. Like I used to accidentally call my teacher mom, which is weird. It was especially weird because I went to an all black school, so that made it a little weirder. But yeah, but I'll leave you guys on this. I joined a gym recently. Yeah, I don't really understand how gyms work because people keep asking me to spot them, and I just don't carry cash on me like that. But there's actually this couple at my gym that's trying out for that show, Naked and Afraid.
Mm.
And I could never do that because I'm already clothed and terrified as it is. But there's this giant mural on the wall at my gym that just says, "I was born ready." And I really hate that statement because I was born premature. Was not ready at all. All right, that's what I got for you today, Bob. Thank you.
Fantastic, Joe Cason, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, and White Joe. I think we're just going to call you that from now on. We're going to drop the case and just White Joe.
White Joe, I'm down with
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it could be a comedian name or a rapper name, actually.
It could be. I could be both. Yeah.
There's Ugly Kid Joe. That's another one that's out there, right? There's
right.
Fat Joe. Remember Fat Joe?
I remember
He's a rapper.
Fat Joe. Yeah,
He's not so Fat Joe.
Yeah, he lost it.
Lost a lot of weight.
But you got to change the name. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you call him Fat Joe. I mean, if you were to go to Tahiti for a year and come back all tan, they wouldn't call you White Joe anymore. They call you Tan Joe from Tahiti.
I can go with Tan Joe. I prefer that.
Well, 1 minute here, Joe. We'll get back to you. We got a word from our sponsor, I'm actually going to read this one. Sometimes I have prepared things. I don't have a prepared one tonight, so I'm just going to read it. So let's see here. Let's have it go. You're looking for a midday laugh? Tune in to Joe Cason's Lunch Hour Open Mic, happening live every Tuesday. Join us for a hilarious break from your day featuring fresh talent and seasoned pros. That's Joe Cason's or White Joe Lunch Hour Open Mic, Tuesdays at 1, noon Central, 11 Mountain, 10 Pacific. Get ready to laugh. Joe Cason's Lunch Hour Open Mic. There you go, Joe. How about that?
Thank you. I appreciate the plug.
I think I got all the time zones correct as well. Can you believe it?
I think you did. Yeah, I barely even know them, but they sounded right to me. So,
so let's keep going with this whole White Joe thing. I mean, this seems like you would get mixed up with the former president on that one.
You would think so, but believe it or not, there's not too many white people in Detroit, so it was very easy to spot. Like, hey, there's White Joe.
Wasn't Michael Moore from Detroit? Wasn't he the filmmaker? Wasn't he that?
Yeah, he's from outside Detroit, but we still we'll take him. You know, yeah.
Grosse Point Blank, was he from Grosse Point? Perhaps
he was. Yeah, for Grosse Point is always east of Detroit, and then I think he lived in Flint for a while, if I remember correctly.
So, does everybody ever call you Canadian Joe? Because I mean, Detroit's right there by the border. Maybe you just snuck across.
Honestly, I think like I was telling people the other day, I think my parents made a mistake. Like, my family came to America to have American babies, and I'm like, I was 2 miles away from free healthcare for the rest of my life. Like,
yeah,
could have just got me out over there.
Maybe we should rethink this, folks.
Yeah, exactly. But you could actually see Canada from my old house, my old neighborhood, because I lived in South Detroit, right by the Ambassador Bridge. You look over, you see, happy people with their cheap insulin. It was great.
I was going to say, I don't know how old your father is, but I think Viagra is covered over in Canada. So.
That might be why I'm here today, Bob.
So maybe he was sneaking over the border. That's one of those things you never hear about. Everybody's worried about build a wall in Mexico and everything. What about all these Canadians just going back and forth, getting, cheap ciggies over here in the States and then dragging them back up to Canada? I mean, that's got to be a racket, don't you think?
I think it should be. I know Canada would probably want to build a wall from us, because I remember in like high school, kids would cross the border because you could drink at 18, 19 in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just come back, and then it's back to 21. Or the casinos were also 18 and up. So a lot of people would go over to, gamble away their fast food earnings. So their allowances.
My Burger King money goes far over in Canada.
That's right.
Exchange rate is mad. I went to Canada a long time ago, and it was you'd get for a 20 American 20, you get $25 Canadian at the time. I think that's changed since then, but we were at a bar in Canada getting drunk with an extra $5. So it was fantastic. I mean, it's like free money just comes out of the sky,
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
So,
Canada.
Yeah. Well, now you got to think about this. You need to really seriously, now that you are, you're working your way into a career here as a comedian. Canada may be a good home base.
It might be. I know
they do love funny people up there.
They do. They have some great clubs up there. I've had friends in Detroit that are comedians go do gigs in Canada. They've loved it. I mean, just the only difference is what milk comes in bags. I can get over that. You know what I mean?
That's right. The milk bag.
It's the only difference, really.
We don't have a jug. We have a bag. It's like, how the hell do you get that home?
I'd be so nervous
without spilling it. It's like they're wasting so much milk up there from like spillage.
Really
I can imagine people with palsy trying to get their milk bag and it goes all over the place.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So now you're in Nashville now,
mm-hmm.
which I mean, obviously Nashville right at this moment is kind of like, one of the few centers of the universe, as I'm told by people who live near there or in that area,
mm-hmm.
because it's booming. I mean, Nashville is like everything right now, entertainment wise. And I mean, people just want to live there.
Mm-hmm.
In Tennessee, you don't have any state tax from what I understand, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Is that why you're there? Just to get out of taxes? There's no Shiv Shank tax down there?
Exactly. I gotta Yeah, make sure my my $20 gigs aren't taxed here in Tennessee. That's what I gotta do.
Well, it's like that $5 exchange. I mean, anything
Yeah,
counts, right?
it really adds
So,
up out down here. Yeah.
so I mean, was this like were you forced to go down there because of a work program, or was this something that you were like, okay, I'm making a conscious decision to go to Music City, USA?
I moved, I was 19 when I moved here, and I was still living with my parents. So
Oh, they
got
moved
it
too.
they moved, they wanted, kind of get out of the snow. My dad got a job
Mhm.
here, everyone moved. I went with them. I was, loved the chance to, be in a new city, try new things. At the time, I actually worked in the music business a little bit. So I was like, "Hey, I'm going to Nashville. It's Music City." But then I forgot how much I hate country music. So I was like,
Oh,
"Maybe there's no
yeah. Well,
work
that's
for me
tough.
here."
That's tough. Yeah. Well, I don't know if writing your name on a pre-burned CD and telling people that it's theirs now is necessarily working in the music business, Joe. But
You caught me.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
You could be pale shady. Pale. I'm
I
pale
could.
shady. So do you enjoy it down there? I mean, obviously the country music aside,
Yeah,
although to be honest with you, at this point, I mean, it's kind of just pop music with, like hay on it.
it really is.
So, it's not quite as bad as it used to be, where people had two teeth and overalls and babies hanging on them.
Exactly. That's once you leave Nashville, that is what you see. But, I do love it here. It's a great city. The comedy here is incredible. Like, we have some amazing comics blowing up out of here right now. Uh, just really hardworking comics that are out there every single day. Great gigs, great shows. And because there's so many tourists, a lot of the shows, you get a lot of new people in and
Hmm.
out of the open mics. You actually have like real audiences sometimes, which is, as a comedian, is pretty great because in most cities you're just performing for the same 10 comics over and over, and they've heard all your jokes, and it just gets kind of hard.
Well, that's great. So that's interesting. Now, since you've been there a decade, I mean, you're practically a local at this point, I guess, right? When do you become local? You don't
I
have a
feel like
twang. You don't talk like you're from Nashville, but
I can be thankful for that.
uh, do you put
But
one on? Do you acclimate whenever you're in certain situations where you're like, "Oh yeah, I was down at the Piggly Wiggly trying to pick up some beef jerky today."
I have never done that, thankfully, and right now, I actually live outside the city. I moved out to the country to save money.
Hmm.
And that is how everyone talks. I swear I need a translator just to hear what they're saying at the local grocery store, which it's not a Piggly Wiggly, but they do let you smoke inside. So I don't know.
Oh well, I mean,
It's the same
we
vibe.
having the no smoking store is in town. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I got to go into Nashville if I want to, buy my cheese puffs without breathing in secondhand smoke. My,
Well, think
here
about it.
in the
You'd save on cigarettes. Just walk through the store a couple times. We're like, where are you going? Oh, I'm gonna go get a couple of cigarettes just by walking through the store, not actually purchasing any.
Yeah, not a bad idea to save money for sure. I mean, I know cigarettes are probably getting more expensive, so it's
Yeah.
an economical choice right there.
What kind of, if it wasn't Piggly Wiggly, what was it? I'm curious.
It's called Lawrence. I think that's just the guy who set up a store. That's what they have here, and, you go through and everything's mostly expired and everyone's smoking
Oh,
inside.
okay. I was just saying, is
Great.
it on the outside? Does it just say store? And then he's like, yeah, it's my store. I'm
If it's
going.
Lawrence, he's
Oh,
go to
Lauren.
Lawrence.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's so. Did you, when you first moved there as a youngin? I guess you were out of school at that point, or at least out of K-12 school.
Mhm.
I mean, unless you get held back several times that I haven't heard of. But so, I mean, what was the big culture shock? Because it's got to be a big deal going from, you know, Detroit is not, a bustling mecca at, even 10 years ago. It was kind of on the down.
Mhm.
So what was the life like?
It definitely was shocking with, like I said, I had a very hard time understanding everybody, which is kind of funny. And everybody thought I was from Canada too, just because of the way I talk. I didn't
I
realize
think
that.
you should just embrace that.
I might take it up and maybe they'll let me come back over, go over. But yeah, I remember not being able to understand anybody was hard for a minute. And then everybody, I don't know what it is, if Detroit just has way too many, or at least my family, way too many Eastern Europeans, but everyone in the South, I think, is a lot taller. And I
Oh,
forgot
really?
that, like, yeah, because I'm 5'8", so I would walk around being like, in Detroit, I'm like, I'm average size, and then here in Nashville, like, I am so short. This is kind of hard.
I think it's whenever they give birth, if the kid doesn't drop all the way out, he just hangs there. And then they're walking around the grocery store smoking.
That's right. That'll do it. Yeah, maybe
You
there's
would
something
think
to it.
smoking would stunt them, but it doesn't. So
It gives them that little nicotine boost they need
that's
to
right.
get big and strong.
makes them, makes them hang in there an extra 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Get a little bit bigger. So, so what's coming up for Joe? What's coming up for White Joe or Canadian Joe? We've got all these names for you now, Joe.
I'll take them
Pale
all.
Joe, White Joe, Canadian Joe. What? White, pale Canadian Joe. What's the future hold for Joe?
Well, I mean, comedy's been going very well. I'm very thankful. I've been at it less than a year, and I've been getting adequately booked and having good shows. I have a show coming up in 2 weeks from today at the Dive Motel in Nashville, which I'm very excited about. It's a legendary venue here in town, and I got some other contests coming up. I'm doing competing in Nashville's Funniest Comedian coming in September.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be a lot of fun.
You're already signed up?
I'm already signed up. I paid my fee. I mean, that's not really much of a gig. It's like I paid to be there, but I'm still pretty excited.
Well, as long as it all happens, then you didn't get took. I mean, then you're good, right? So
absolutely. I trust that the email was official from the local club, which I've performed at. So I was like, okay, it's happening. I'll pay to make it happen. But yeah, I'm planning on doing some shows here through September, October. Late this winter, I plan on hitting the road a little bit, doing shows just around the Southeast, hitting some new cities, doing some gigs in Atlanta, Chattanooga, Louisville. I have a potential one lined up. So I'm going to be traveling a little bit, getting my set together and growing as a comic.
Wow, this is all crazy.
Yeah.
So you're from Detroit. You're going to be traveling. What are your wheels?
A Prius C. It's an economical car.
You are Canadian. Oh,
probably.
A Prius C. That's the little one, right? That's
the little one. Yeah, I bought it from an old lady who rammed into everything. So there's a dent on every corner of the car, and I got a great deal. It was 10 years old, but there was only like 9,000 miles on it because.
Oh my gosh! And and a bunch of dents apparently.
And a bunch of dents. It was pretty bad.
It's hard to light your next cigarette while you're driving in the parking lot at Lawrence's. What was the name of it?
Lawrence. Yep, at Lawrence's.
Yeah, Lawrence's store. So, that's tough.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and we're going to play a game with Pale Canadian Joe. So everybody stay tuned. Back in 1 second. Gary, I don't know why you sing so fast. I don't know what's going on with Gary. He's like on speed or something. Come on.
And that's what she said.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, his girlfriend concurs on all that. So that was Gary Lime and the Fleetones, everybody. Congratulations. Fantastic job. I don't know if you could tell what song that was, but it's an oldie but a goodie. And actually quite, I guess, Nordic in its origins, if you knew what it was. So we're going to play a game here, Joe. I think you decided. I have a list of games that I show the guest ahead of time. I say, which one do you think you'd like to do? And I think we're going to go with you are the expert. All right. So you, Joe, are the expert in a field that I'm going to tell you. And it's obviously a very improvised situation here. So I'm going to spit one out at you, and we're just going to see where it goes.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
The challenging mind of a transplanted Canadian Detroiter in the Nashville, down at Lawrence's, sucking in the secondhand smoke. Okay, you're a nuclear reactor technician. And
don't fall in. No, okay.
First order of business. And the alarms are going off. What happens? You're the expert. What do we do?
You call the manager, the more expert. If I was, here's the thing.
This isn't fries. We're not making fries. The fry vat's burning. What do we do? No, this is a nuclear reactor, and you are the technician.
Bob, I'm glad you asked me this. I'm actually have a master's degree in nuclear science. So this is my field. And when that is happening, you pray to whatever God you believe in and hope that your family will at least survive the 300-mile fallout. Because if the reactors are going off, the first thing you got to do is just shut the alarm off. That gets kind of annoying. You can't think with all the beeping.
Good advice. Yeah.
Yes, all the whistles. It's hard to concentrate on what you're trying to do, which is
I think they did that at Chernobyl.
That's what happened, and look how that turned out. Actually, pretty decently from what it could have been.
It could have been worse. Yeah,
could have been way worse. So, turn the alarm off. Get your head thinking straight. Then you just shut the reactor off. It's an on-off situation. On, off. You turn it off. It can't do any harm. It's not going to hurt anybody. And that.
So you're telling me all these billions of dollars spent on nuclear power, literally. Each one of them just has a really large on-off switch.
It's the most economical way to do it. If you have a key, you could lose it. It's just best to have a button. If you turn it off and power goes out, whoops, you just flip the breaker back on. Oh, okay. Power is restored to the Chicago area, just like that.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was so simple. Everybody makes it seem like it's really difficult. You really brought it down to earth for us.
They just want to feel smarter than us. It's really not that complicated.
So then the disaster averted, you hit the big switch. How do you get going again? Just hit the switch?
Yeah, you turn it off and on. When your computer's having problems, sometimes you just got to turn it off and just let it sit, let it cool down. Then you turn it back on. Okay. All your startup programs come up, you exit out of them. It's the same with the reactor. It's really no different. It's just a giant Chromebook. So you just
does it come with solitaire?
It has solitaire. It has chess. The chess uses a little too much processing power, so you want to be careful with that. So. It's not Gary Kasparov's chess. This is like minimal chess, is what you're saying. This is 400 ELO chess that you'd play with the kindergartner kind of thing.
Oh my goodness. I almost believe in you on all of this, honestly. I think that probably is that simple.
It really
is. So where do you get the uranium rods? I mean, do those come in can you get them on Amazon? How's that work?
Prime. You have to pay. They're not 2-day, but they're on Prime. You gotta get the extended delivery on those, but you can still get them. They come on dry ice. It's not too complicated. The tariffs made it a little more expensive, but
where do those come from? Do they have to import that? I guess
they gotta import it from Chernobyl, actually. So
so there's a lot of radioactive material all over Chernobyl. So
they just pick up a rock. It's now a rod, and you just bring it over.
They just hammer it out. Or they do like when you were a kid, you got your clay, you just made a little turd out of it.
That's right.
Just roll it in their hands. Well, there you go. That's the nuclear technician. Now we got a new name for you, nuclear technician Joe, and the world feels much safer with you on the switch.
I'm glad to be a part of it. Yeah.
Gary, play us another song, would you?
Thank you, and good night.
No, we're not done yet, Gary. I want you to play another song. Come on. That's a bit repetitive, Gary. We're going to leave you for that one. So, Joe, things are going well. Nashville's doing good for you. You may go to Louisville, which I don't know if that's an up or a down on the scale. I'm going to say it's an up because people know that, right? So, Chattanooga, maybe a little more of lateral move on that one.
I would say so.
Yeah. Have you've been to Chattanooga before, haven't you?
Yeah, I've done shows there before.
Did you go on the inclinator, the incline railroad? Have you been on that?
I saw that was available, and I went to go actually buy tickets, and the thing was down. So I went, and I didn't have cash, and we didn't get to go. And I was like, you know what? I'm already losing time here. I got to get back to Nashville. But that was cool. And then fun fact about that, you walk out of there looking for an ATM and you will run into a Confederate graveyard. So that's a little fun little tidbit for those who
is that where the ATM is?
You know, that's where I thought it was surprisingly close to civilization. It was another little culture shock for me living in Tennessee. I was like, wow, that would not last 5 minutes in Detroit. So that's
I can imagine there would be a little intolerance on the Confederate graveyard situation, especially when they put the ATM in the middle of it. That's just ridiculous. You go, oh yeah, it's over there by, Memorial to Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee ATM. For every greenback you get some Confederate money as well. It's a bonus. That's right. They're trying to get rid of it. They wanted us to burn it, but we thought, no, we'll give it away as a souvenir.
And it's funny because you can actually buy Confederate money in Chattanooga too, by the way, like actual
great
Confederate money. And I think they actually take it at Lawrence's, fun fact. So it's legal tender there.
Only for cigarettes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. What would the conversion rate, speaking of that, what would the conversion rate be to US dollars and defunct Confederate dollars?
That's a great question. I mean, it
like
only
100 to 1
or? It's got to be something like 250 to 5, whatever that is, 50 to 1, I would say.
50 to 1
by years on how long each was around. I think that would work. But you take a Confederate bill to Canada and you do get an extra $5. So that's
still, even to this day. Well, Joe, I want to thank you for being my guest tonight, and all the best to you and your success and going on the road. I wish you, nothing but the greatest. And don't forget the lunch hour. You want to do the commercial for your own show here on Plausible?
Yeah, absolutely. Every Tuesday at 12 o'clock Central Time, we have the lunch hour open mic. If you hate your coworkers as much as I do, you can pop in, tell between 5 and 7 minutes of jokes, depending on how many people we get in. We have so many great comics coming in all over the country, sharing their material. And at the end of everybody's sets, we all go over each other's stuff, give each other tags, help each other improve. So it's like a great writer's room for new and experienced comics. And it's just a lot of fun to hang out. Come be a part of the family and join us 12 o'clock Central Time on Tuesdays.
There you go. Joe Cason's lunch hour. Now you're making people work. For a minute, I thought we could just sit down and no. You got to critique and you got to write and you got to come up with ideas. I mean, this is work now, Joe.
Yeah.
So yeah, come be Joe Cason's AI on Tuesday afternoons.
That's right. Come help me with my sets, and I'll end the show before I help you. No, I'm just kidding.
The Mechanical Turk. Joe
Yeah, that's
Cason's
right.
Comedy Mechanical Turk. There you go. Well, Joe, thank you so much. Everybody go see Joe on Tuesdays, as well as when he's out performing live in the real world. And we'll see you all here on the next Lament Tonight next month. Who knows who'll be with me? I don't know. We'll find out. And hopefully it'll be just as nice and delightful as this was. So good night, Canadian Pale Joe, nuclear technician, and best of luck.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.